There's a ton of videos on YouTube talking about mistakes small channels make, but today I want to focus on the money side of things because believe it or not, you can make a good amount of money on a small channel even if you don't have 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. Today I'm going to break down the 5 mistakes that I made and that a lot of people make when it comes to making money through your channel, even as a small creator. By the end of this video, you should not only have a game plan on what you can do to make more money with your channel, but have absolute clarity so you can do this and grow way faster and make way more money than channels that have 1 million subscribers. The first one may seem obvious and everybody talks about it, but I want to really dial it in here. And everybody says to pick a niche or be yourself. And a lot of people are just not following that advice. They're just picking any video topic that they think will do well and start talking about it, or think that people are interested in your personal life. When there's so much content to watch out there, most people just don't care. But if you select a subject that people are interested in and make it broad to start and then get more specific as you go down the road, that is going to be your best bet. But I wouldn't even think of it that way. I would take it one step further and think of it this way. If you were to, whatever you make just gets thousands, if not millions of views, whatever you make just blows up on YouTube and your channel grows, no matter what you choose, what is your content? What is your channel about? What is the end goal here? Now, most people are not going to have this happen within the first year or two. So let's say from 5 years from now, what is your ideal audience? Who is your audience for? What is your channel about? What is the message? What is the problem that you're trying to solve? What is your goal here? That is the biggest mistake, and the number one mistake for most channels, including myself, is not having absolute clarity on what you're creating content for. Because if you're just creating content because other people are and you see that they're doing well, if it doesn't align with your end goal, then why are you making that content? It's just going to hurt you in the long run because you will have to pivot. And trust me, it's not fun to do a pivot. It would be easier just to start from scratch in most cases. Once you have absolute clarity on who your audience is and what your channel is for, think a little bit deeper. Once you know who your audience for, who your target audience is, then think who would pay money to get in front of your audience or in front of that particular set of people. Don't get me wrong, it would be awesome to say that I'm sponsored by Nike, Adidas, Spotify, Netflix, Coca-Cola, one of the major brands that everybody knows about, but what does that have to do with my audience or my niche? And a lot of people are focusing on trying to get sponsors or deals from companies that have nothing to do with your target audience or what you actually create content on. What this does is kind of build a false narrative on how you get brand and sponsorship deals, and after you attempt deal after deal after deal and they all fail because you're not the target audience, it kind of weighs on you and you kind of get a little bit discouraged. But if you focus on the right brands, the right sponsors that have to do with your audience and with your niche, this is where things start to get really interesting and you can actually start making some very good money or have some really awesome products sent to you for free just because you create content on them. That's mistake number 2, is focusing on brands or sponsors that have nothing to do with your product. Focus on your end goal and what brands would align with that goal and how can you reach them and make sure that they can see your vision as well. If you can get those bridges crossed and connected, that is when you're going to start seeing some long-term deals, not short-term deals. By now, you should have had at least 10, 20, 30, 50 videos uploaded to your channel. If not, you better get back to work. But eventually, one of your videos will pop off. One of them is going to explode and get a ton of views. Are you ready to monetize right now if one of your videos were to pop off? See, most creators focus on the content, which you should. You really should be focusing on making the best possible video for your audience, make it as easy for them to understand and navigate as possible. But if you don't have monetization thought of already in the back end, it's going to be too late because if that video pops off, it usually only pops off for a short while, depending on what the subject is. Sometimes it goes on for months, sometimes it's only for a few days. So if it was a short-term burst of views, a burst of audience, are you ready to capture and make money from them? Now, having an affiliate offer is great because you don't have to create the product yourself. You can promote somebody else's product and make money from a commission or a direct link in your description. But the problem is that is just a one-time sale. What you need to focus on is building an email list instead. I know, I get it. It's not sexy. Everybody talks about it. At least the right content creators talk about it, but you need to have a way to start getting and generating leads. The easiest way to do that is by offering something that they want for free. Make it something that they would be willing to pay for. Let me give you a quick example. If you are trying to grow a YouTube channel and you're not really sure on the clarity, the niche that you should have, if you click the link in the description, I'm going to give you a list of the top 200 niches from profitability, whether that be through AdSense or just products that people are interested in monetizing. Brands, sponsorships, they will reach out to you if you are in this niche list. And if you want it, click the link below. Now, obviously, I don't have that list. I do, but it is in my actual real CTA or call to action, which is to my free community, Modern Monetization. That link is in the description. It is completely for free, but not everybody is allowed in. I do vet everybody that comes in. If you're serious about growing YouTube and making money online, you are more than welcome to hop in, just as long as you are honest with your intentions. When you have a good lead magnet, which is essentially the example I just gave you, an offer or something that you get for submitting your email address, it's super easy to grow your email list. The real challenge then is keeping them engaged and warm. And what I mean by warm is keeping them happy. Don't sales pitch them in every single email. They will unsubscribe, they will leave, and they're gonna just stop answering your emails because, believe it or not, building an email list, having something to host that on is not free. It does cost you money. So you wanna make sure that your list is optimized and warmed up every single week. And that is mistake number 4. And I assure you, I'm constantly making this mistake myself because I do not consistently write emails, even though I could provide value nonstop, or people also are interested in you. They want to hear your journey or what's going on in your life. That is something of value to them that you don't have to sales pitch them. Just tell them what's going on or what great thing happened this week or what terrible thing happened this week. Just give them some updates, give them some feedback. They want to connect with you. And finally, mistake number 5, which is thinking that you need a massive audience. A lot of people think you need hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers or followers to make any sort of decent income. You don't. You really only need 1,000 true fans that will give you the opportunity to quit your 9-to-5 job, make way more money than you ever thought possible, because 1,000 true fans, these are people that are interested in you, your brand, the products and services that you offer, and are willing to spend money just to get closer to you or any recommendation that you offer. This all goes full circle. That's why I said number 1 mistake is not focusing on clarity, what your brand is or what your channel stands for. If you can have one big goal, one thing to focus on and align everything around that, everything else falls in line and it gets so much easier. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, it is gonna suck. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna be doing a lot of moving parts, but once you get everything set in place, all you have to do is focus on your content and how to reach your goal through your content and how you can get that in front of your ideal audience. And if you don't believe me, check out this video right here where I made over $300,000 with my channel, which $25,000 is not a small channel, but it was essentially dead and it would be easier to start from scratch. Check out that video so you can learn how to do it yourself.